by golly, we're sitting right along the ringside, ready to go with big action here on Championship Wrestling today, Dave.
Oh, I tell you, what an opening match we've got today. We are going to have King Konga in here from the streets of New York City, but not alone. He's going to have as his partner the Lumberjack out of Montreal, Canada, Big Joe LeDuc. Formidable tag team. They'll be going against Jameson and Raper in the opening match. Rock and Roll Express. Rick and Robert will be here in the studio today. Rick Rude will be with us, too.
The new family sensation, yes.
Bruise Brothers will be teamed up with Norvell Austin for a six-man tag team match. Then expiration of time action today. It'll be the Dutchman, Dutch Mantel, and Jerry the King Lawler. Should be a good day.
Oh, yeah. We got one single match with Rude involved, but the rest big tag action, and we're looking forward to all of it. Tell you what, let's take time out now. We'll be back to the ring in just a moment.
Listen, truck buyers, the waiting door.
Okay, we're about ready to go in the ring. Before we get there, we're going to ask the big Canadian super heavyweight, Big Joe LeDuc, to come in here. It's been a while since we've had Joe on Championship Wrestling. We initially saw him when he came out of the North Woods with huge John Louis. Joe has made quite a name throughout the entire wrestling world. Joe LeDuc.
I'm sure it's your pleasure, Lance Russell, and also all of your pleasure. All of you watching in your living room, you're seeing the Canadian Lumberjack. Joe LeDuc has come back. I've lived in New Zealand. I've lived in Japan. I've lived in Jakarta. I've lived in Singapore. I've lived everywhere, Lance Russell. I'm the kind of guy that you want to talk to your children about. I'm the man with the power. I'm the man, the number one. Everybody's talking about King here and King there. King Lawler and Stagger Lee and the Fab. Talking about everybody. That's good, Lance Russell. From now on, I think you're going to be talking about somebody else. There's another man that I won't talk about right now, but it's going to be very, very popular in this area, too. I'd like to introduce him in a few minutes. It'll come in time. Now, Jerry Lawler, Austin Idol, Dutch Mantel, the Fabulous One. Did I forget anybody, Mr. Russell?
I think you covered a bunch there.
This is the corridor of mendacity. This is time for truth. Everybody wonders what happened to Joe LeDuc. I haven't been here since 1979, but I've been traveling. I've been fighting every day of my life. People goes and have Thanksgiving turkey. They have Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and birthday. I work out all that time. I drink beer. People say I'm crazy. Do I look crazy, Lance Russell?
No comment, Joe.
Shut up.
Some of the folks out there got...
Well, they can think what they want to think. But all of you morons out there, remember one thing. That Joe LeDuc is back. And Joe LeDuc is back to stay. And to hurt some people. I can break bones. I'll attack anybody in the back. I'll do anything I can to win. And you know, Mr. Russell, that I don't say this very lightly.
I know you well enough, Joe.
You know, Mr. Russell, when I say something, it happens. And everywhere I've been, I've held every championship in the world that you can think of. There's a lot of championship around here. I see a lot of people with belts around their waist.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have no belt around my waist, but I am still the champion. And that remains to be seen. You may say, Mr. Russell, good. It does remain to be seen.
Start it off with the ring right now, Joe. You got a team waiting up there for you, a young team, and they'll be going against a massive, massive team of Konga and LeDuc. Okay, Dave.
This match is going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit event. Introducing total weight of 431 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, Jim Jameson and his partner, Ken Raper, going against him at a total weight of 647 pounds from New York City, the streets of New York City, King Konga, And from Montreal, Canada, the Canadian lumberjack, Joe LeDuc. One fall, 10-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun is the referee.
Man, oh man, Dave, what a massive team this is in there. Conga and LeDuc. LeDuc we know a lot more about than we do the street fighter out of New York, King Conga. Here we go. Ken Raper starting out with Joe LeDuc. Powerhouse, Joe LeDuc. Boy, he's given people scars that they will never forget the rest of their lives. As the king, he can tell you. Here comes King Conga in there, tagged in by Joe LeDuc. Big close. Conga picks Raper up, throws him at the top rope. The referee giving him a good word, but I got to tell you, referee isn't going to have much success with either one of these guys. Conga just whipping the stew out of Ken Raper. Ooh, backdropped him. Nails Jameson on the ring apron. Right hand shot to the midsection. Tag on Joe.
Oh, wow.
Boy, you could hear that at your house. Huh? Poor Ken. In there with Big Joe LeDuc. King Conga.
Boy,
Body slam. Here's Conga.
Ken Raper really been taking a beating from LeDuc, and before him, King Conga in here. Head into the top turnbuckle. Joe LeDuc. He's back. Raper taking a swing at him with a right hand to the midsection, a couple of them. Didn't phase Joe LeDuc much, but Raper is able to get to the corner, make the tag, and here's Jim Jameson. Big lumberjack boot to the midsection. LeDuc to the corner, the tag on Conga. I was looking at Ken Raper over in the corner. He's still recovering over there from what he had to put up with. Jameson into the rope. Conga puts the power slam on him. Boy, he held him up in the air for 20 seconds. Yeah. Then he power slammed him and then picked him up instead of going for the 3 count. Here's LeDuc. Covered. 1, 2. That's it. Overpowering Joe LeDuc and King Conga. 3 minutes, 4 seconds of time on it as they get the win over Jim Jameson and Ken Raper.
With all due respect to Jim and Ken, no contest.
No.
Just too much muscle across the ring from them. LeDuc and King Conga, the victors. We've got other action. We're going to take time out. We'll be back to it.
Ooh, whale of a show today. Stay tuned at Channel 7's Championship Wrestling. You'll want to see the rest of it. By golly, you'll want to be there Wednesday night. I want to tell you. We'll tell you the whole card in just a moment, but let me say this. 6-man explosive tag match. Falls count anywhere, and by golly, you're going to see something when Joe LeDuc, Randy Savage, Jimmy Hart on one side of the ring go against Jerry Lawler, Austin Idol, and Dutch Mantell. Jimmy, you're in heavy company.
You better believe it. You know who's responsible for this? Austin Idol. You know why? Because about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I had a little handicap match with him, and I had a hurt hand, and I couldn't make it to Evansville, right? So he went crying to the motor, so now I've got to be in the ring. But let me tell you something. Randy Savage, Joe LeDuc, and Angelo Poffo at ringside, baby. There's no way we're going to lose, right, Joe?
You're talking about people that wants to fight. You're talking about professional wrestlers. You're talking about King. You're talking about muscle. I'm talking about agony. I'm talking about pain. All three big champions against the two best, because you all are the rest. We all know that. So you're against the two best, and you try to make a six-man tag with our manager or our advisor, Mr. Jimmy Hart. He's a singer. He's not a wrestler. But that's all right, because you and I, Mr. Macho Man, we're big enough and we're bad enough to go in there and take on of them and take their hide off.
You know, I ain't never listened to Joe LeDuc before, but he's pretty smart, yeah. Pretty smart, Lance Russell, man. Explosive six-man tag, yeah. Hey, man, let me tell you something, Evansville, Indiana. Austin Idol doesn't exist.
Why not?
Dutch Mantel doesn't exist, no. And Jerry the Queen Lawler, man, they don't make it, no. Macho Man in Macho Man country. Joe LeDuc, man, you taught me something there, yeah.
One fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing on the left of the screen at 442 pounds total weight, both from parts unknown. I beg your pardon, from parts unknown, the Pink Panther. And not from parts unknown, from Memphis, Tennessee, Big Lou Winston. Going against him at a total of 437 pounds. From Nashville, Tennessee and Pensacola, Florida, Rick Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Woody! Ought to be a good exciting one, always is, when the R&R on a flat can give you that action out of it. Here we go, bell sounds. Pink Panther and Big Lou against the Rock and Roll Express.
It's Rick Morton starting against Big Lou. Lou moves Rick Morton back into the corner, fired a right hand, but Rick answered in kind as he unleashed the right hand. Knocked Winston off his feet. Pink Panther comes rolling in there and goes rolling back out. Referee sent him back out. Also, Rick Morton helped him on his way. Big Lou Winston, victim of a leg drop, put down and over the top rope. Springs Robert Gibson. Robert went for the cover, got a one count before Winston was able to break out of it. Rock and Roll tagging out. Both of them there. The wishbone or something like that.
Yeah.
Rick Morton. Yes, it was. Rick Morton dropped down on the left leg. Working on Big Lou Winston over very close to the Rock and Roll Express corner. Easy for him to tag from that point. Robert Gibson has Big Lou Winston down on the mat. Minute 15 seconds gone in this one. Lou Winston. Winston has pretty good size. He's fairly tall. Rugged wrestler, but going against a tough team. And Rick and Robert, boy, they have made some noise around the country since becoming the Rock and Roll Express and teaming up.
They had a match with Crusher Blackwell and Ken Patera. And while the size dominated the thing ultimately, they really, I think, surprised Blackwell and Patera with a terrific speed and athletic ability.
They've got the Pink Panther in there now. Robert Gibson puts him up in the air, body slams him, drops down with a leg. Doesn't really try to go for the 3 count. Panther is still a little bit too mobile for him, I think, so he goes back to work on it. Versus a headlock. Panther trying to fire a fist to the midsection. Robert Gibson had him down. Panther's feet were over in the ropes. Count stopped at 1. Pink Panther off the ropes. Rick Gibson waiting there with a forearm. Panther struggles to make the tag, and he got it. Referee said, tag. Rick Morton awaits Big Lou Winston. Winston for a couple of words to the crowd. 3 minutes gone. And a nice move, one of many by Rick Morton as he took the feet away from Lou Winston, has him on the mat. Winston shoulders down, referee starts the count, but Winston able to bring the right shoulder up with no problem. Rick Morton, again, boy, they've really been working on the left leg. They got him slowed down early in the match. Robert Gibson in now. He makes the tag. Rick Morton coming back. There you can see that the quick tag in, tag out. Good teamwork by Rock and Roll Express. One of their trademarks. Morton kicked back. Pink Panther from outside grabs him. Lou Winston on his feet. Grabs him from behind. Panther coming in. Nails him with a right hand. Morton off the rope. Brings the foot up. Panther goes down to the mat. Tag made by Morton. Look out. Double drop kick by Rock and Roll. Rick Morton gets the cover. 1, 2. It's over. Morton and Gibson, Rock and Roll Express get the win in 3 minutes, 59 seconds, 3:59.
Oh, I love to watch Rick and Robert go. And I'll tell you, just watching Robert as he went flying over that top rope, and you know how he enters the ring. He makes it look so easy. I've been tempted to try it sometime, but my better sense takes over there.
Wouldn't look that smooth.
Oh, no. Big win for the R&R and a good match with the Pink Panther and Big Lou. We've got more action coming up. The First Family's sensational Rick Rude will be with us before long. Stand by. We'll be back in a moment.
Every day you're up and out to hurry through the
Championship Wrestling here in just a moment. Hey, put this one down, will you? Thursday, February the 16th, Washington, Indiana, at Washington High School, sponsored by the Hatchet Boosters Club. Tickets on sale at the school. And also, Thursday, February 23rd, French Lick, Indiana. Talk more about that next week. Now, let me give you the entire card coming up Wednesday night. Not just the big six-man explosive match, my friend. Whale of a night of action when Tommy Gilbert opens up against Angelo Poffo. Southern heavyweight title match. Jerry the King Lawler will be going against Killer Carl Crew. And then it's going to be a grudge match. You watch the rest of this program and you'll understand it all. The Bruise Brothers with Jimmy Hart at ringside going against Stagger Lee and Norvell Austin. That's right. Then the Zambui Express. Huge team against the Rock and Roll Express. And finally, an explosive six-man tag match. That means falls count anywhere in the entire arena with Joe LeDuc, Randy Savage, Jimmy Hart against Lawler, Idol, and Mantell Wednesday night. Be there.
Okay, we got action coming up here in just a moment. We have our one single match of the day. Remember, we still have, as in our expiration of time, we've got Jerry Lawler and Dutch Mantell teaming together. We've also got a six-man tag match. And here is the president of the First Family, Jimmy Hart. Boy, Jimmy, you really got him stirred up today.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it today.
There's one that says Hart is a wimp. Yeah, Hart is a wimp and a whole big story about it.
I don't want to hear it, baby.
Well,
I feel
I'll
good
tell you
today.
what I want to hear about. I want to hear about what in the world possessed Jimmy Hart, and I know all about this, interfering on behalf of the Zambui Express. Not your talent. You're up there, and I just am stunned. I absolutely was stunned when it came down to understanding that, Jimmy.
I guess you say Jimmy Hart is unpredictable, right, Russell?
Boy, he was certainly unpredictable. Hey, listen, I got something for you that was delivered. Wait a minute. Don't run off. This was delivered to the station.
A present from you and me,
No,
right?
not from me, I'll tell you. It also was accompanied by a picture of one of your not-too-favorite friends. I want you to open it up because there is a message in there. I will tell you the picture was of James J. Dillon, but go ahead and open it up anyhow. Yeah?
Nothing ticking in here, huh?
No, nothing ticking. We checked that out to be certain on it because when you get packages and presents, there's no telling what in the world there are.
Here, Dave, help me. Don't sit there with him. Come on, here.
Now, all I know is that this is for, here, just split it. Yeah.
$59.95. Couldn't be much of anything, man.
Hey, look at here. All right.
I'll put it with the rest of my tape machine.
No, wait a minute.
Wait, the batteries fell out of the back of it, idiot. What kind of who's going to send Jimmy Hart a tape
It's had a
machine
long trip.
with the batteries out of it, goof? Come on, man.
Can you figure out how to put these in here,
I certainly
Jim?
hope I can. Let's be sure. If you're helping me do it, we'll probably get the whole thing goofed up here. Let's put the
Yes,
top
because
on.
I am really interested to find out what the message is that
Let's see if it's going to work.
Yeah.
If it's going to work here.
Okay, you got it all.
I hope
All
so.
right.
If you put them in right.
This is James J. Dillon.
This was sent to me.
This is a special message from James J.
Let's be
Dillon,
sure we got-
accompanied by a picture, by the way, and I want you to watch the monitor when you're listening to this because
Where do you turn it on?
you'll have an opportunity
Click it
to...
on.
Okay, here we go.
Now, Mr. Hart, I am too much of a man and too much of a gentleman. Need I remind you
There he is.
that I am Pro Wrestling Manager of the Year for 1982? I am Pro Wrestling Manager of the Year 1983? And I feel I'm already a shoo-in for 1984. And being the gentleman that I am not going to threaten you with bodily harm. But Mr. Jimmy Hart, if you ever interfere in any of the matches at any time in the future from this moment on with a Zambui Express or anybody else I have under contract, I will charter my Learjet in a New York second, and I'm going to come up to this area, and Jimmy Hart, I'm going to wring your scrawny neck.
That's it, Jim. A simple message.
I see it. Y'all know J.J. Dillon more than Jimmy Hart. Is that right? Well, let me tell you something, baby. I'm not scared of anything or anybody. You know what? I'll tell you what I did it for. Let me tell you something, Zambui Express. If y'all guys are listening in the back there, you better take a look at Jimmy Hart because I am the future in professional wrestling. I am the youngest man in professional wrestling. I'm not an old man, an old fossil, laying on a beach down there in Miami Beach, Florida, or wherever he's from, baby, soaking up the sun while you're up here running down the highways, baby, running down the highways, breaking every bone in your body while he collects the money from you. So you better wake up, man. I'm in the trenches every week and every night with my men. I've got scars on my head and broken bones to prove it. Like I said, I am the future, baby. You better wake up and take a look at Jimmy Hart. J.J. Dillon, you've got to be kidding me. I'm not worried about J.J. Dillon. I'm not scared of anything or anybody,
fair
baby.
warning, Jimmy.
Big deal. Well, you can take the stupid, cheap $59 tape machine with the batteries all fixed the wrong way. It shows what he knows about anything. I'm not worried about nobody, but I don't want to talk about Dillon anymore. You know what I want to talk about now? I want to talk about somebody very special to Jimmy Hart. You know, this next wrestler... Give me the microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, and I use the word very loosely, ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on the door, baby. Upstairs, crank up the music. Introducing the sensational Rick Rude. Look at him, baby. Come on, dance along, Rick.
What is this?
Woo!
That is the Fabulous One's music.
You gotta be kidding me. That's Billy Squire's music. That's not the Fabulous One's
The
music.
music associated with it.
You know what? You're an idiot. You're just like the stupid people out here. You thought evidently the Fabulous Ones were singing that song. You're an idiot, baby. You don't know nothing. That is Billy Squire. Let me tell you what, baby. See, you must think the song's a big hit by the Fabs. Well, let me tell you something. You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. Because this man's gonna make that song really famous. Because this man is going to be famous. You're an idiot. The only people who does original music around here is Jimmy Hart. Now, maybe Lawler does a little bit, but I do it the best. His music is trash, baby. Original music. From now on, this is Rick Rude's theme song, baby. Everybody wants him.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Hart pulling another one just to irritate and get under the skin of somebody, Dave. Rick Rude in there with his valet and ready for the introduction.
It's going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Introducing at 203 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, David Johnson, and going against him from Beverly Hills, California, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, with his valet, Angel, 232 pounds, Rick Rude. One fall, 10-minute time limit match. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Hart start really pumping him up before the bell sounds to get ready to go. Fine young athlete across the ring from Rude, and that is in David Johnson. Bell time, and here we go. Johnson and Rude.
Rick Rude, size, height, weight advantage over David Johnson. Ooh. Broad arm, cross the back. David Johnson, hammer down to the mat. Rick Rude puts up body slam. On David Johnson.
You know, I don't see that big old fat chick over there screaming over the Fabs now, do you, baby? Their new sex symbol, the new hero, baby. The sensational Rick Rude, baby. Woo!
Rick Rude, right fist. Johnson up in the air again. Rick Rude standing there, powers him down to the mat. Drops with the upper arm.
Well, he spent some time making some muscles on that body, hasn't he, Dave?
As indeed. He got
the
two count. Probably could have gotten a 3 count, but he picked him up.
Jumped David right off the bat.
Another slam. Reverse neck breaker by Rude. Down as 1, 2, and 3. Minute 13 seconds the time.
1:13, and Jimmy Hart's new sensation comes out victorious over David Johnson. And all right, Rick, this is a family show. Let's knock that off. So he is the winner of our sole single match today. Jimmy Hart holding the rope as Rude and Angel come out of there. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back. We've still got a 6-man tag match and more.
Waterbedland and Mondale Shopping Center is having an inventory tax reduction sale. They are reducing their inventory to avoid the tax. And you're the one who benefits because Waterbedland is passing the savings on to you. Buy a bed now and take advantage of the 90-day deferred payment plan. And with the purchase of any bed, get 25% off on all Baffle mattresses. You can't afford not to buy because Waterbedland is passing the savings on to you during the inventory tax reduction sale going on now at Waterbedland and Mondale Shopping Center, Evansville.
The stars and the movies are on 7. Just watch. Get Starstruck on 7, your movie station.
The original starving artists are back and better than ever. Choose from hundreds of beautiful original oil paintings such as landscapes, seascapes, florals, and much, much more. Most priced from $7 to $39. These high-quality oil paintings may never be shown again at these low prices. Now is the time to buy. And don't be misled by others. Only Starving Artist Group offers top-quality originals at these low prices.
Our largest sale of the year, and the selection is fantastic. This Sunday only from noon to 4 p.m. at the Vanderburg Auditorium.
Calories are invisible.
How can you stop eating them when you can't see them?
Hee-Haw on Channel 7 at 6 o'clock Saturday.
6-man tag team action. Ready to go. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
Bruce power, baby. The Bruce Brothers. The dog is back with us.
Bruce Brothers and Norvell Austin tying up on the ringside. Again, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing at a total weight of 679 pounds. From Memphis, Tennessee, Norvell Austin. And from the Windy City, the Bruce Brothers. Going against him. Total weight of 669 pounds. From Topeka, Kansas, Art Cruz. From Memphis, Tennessee, Robert Reed. And from Union City, Tennessee, Stagger Lee. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
should be a doggone good, active six-man tag match. A little more experience on the family side of the ring. But you've got Stagger Lee, who's been there and back. Art Cruz, a youngster trained by Pat O'Connor. Robert Reed. Bell time. Here we go, Dave.
It's the Dream Machine starting for the Bruise Brothers and Norvell Austin team against Art Cruz. Cruz off the ropes, put Dream Machine on the mat. Dream Machine sets, waits, rolls Cruz down. Cruz gets moving, kicks him back. Hook chop, came back in. Both the Bruise.
Pulling hair. He was pulling hair.
He was battling the Bruise Brothers 2 against 1. Dream Machine steps out. Pork Chop Cash trying to stay in there, and the referee just counted him back so that Dream Machine is back in there. No tag was made. Dream Machine has to stay in. He is in against Robert Reed. Cruz made the tag on him. Reed off the rope, ducks under the clothesline.
Look at it. Isn't this exciting, Davey? Look at this, baby.
It is exciting. Just see Robert Reed duck under that clothesline thrown by a Dream Machine.
You know, I always kid about Robert Reed going to the Jerry Lawler School of Wrestling, but the kid is looking better. Reed's looking better. Now, not great, mind you, but a little better. You know, but after 2 years, I guess anybody will look good, huh?
Robert holding his own so far. Dream Machine right in the middle of the ring. Oh, Dream Machine. It's a twist on the arm. Look at that. Robert Reed reverses him.
Lucky, lucky, lucky. That's all. Look
off the ropes. Robert Reed steps over. Goes to the drop kick. Robert
but
missed.
he is green, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there.
Look at that hair pulling by the Dream Machine as he yanks Reed back over to the corner.
He's not pulling hair.
He makes the tag. Now he's not. He makes the tag. Pork Chop Cash in for the Bruise Brothers.
A few cute moves doesn't make you a wrestler. A few little cute moves. I can't even talk today. I'm so excited. I'm really excited today, man. This is the greatest day of my life, Brown.
Robert Reed thought he got the tag, but he did not, apparently. Just missed the tag on Stagger Lee.
Look at those arms on Pork Chop Cash. Look at those arms, baby. Look at the chest.
Tag on Norvell Austin.
Oh, here comes the dog, baby. Woo!
Norvell puts Reed into the rope. Whoa.
Look at that drop kick. Now, why don't you talk about Norvell's drop kick? Wasn't it beautiful?
That was a fine drop kick. Yeah, I got to give him that.
Beautiful, baby.
Headbutt. Robert Reed hits the mat. There's Pork Chop back in after the tag. Reed nailed by the clothesline.
That guy is scared to death. Look at him right there. He is flinching. He's scared to death, baby.
Dream Machine back in. Robert Reed made it to the corner, and the tag on Stagger Lee.
Clumsy idiot. He tripped coming through the ropes. What a clumsy idiot he is, man. Look at this. Come on.
Stagger Lee got the tag
double
on
team.
Art
Is
Cruz.
that not a double team?
No, that was a tag, and he left. Art Cruz misses the drop kick.
Yeah, he left because he knew what was fixing to happen, baby. The Dream Fisher roared the boom on that kid, man. Look at that.
Dream Machine grabbing Robert Reed as Reed steps through the ropes.
There you go, baby. Stay on him. Come on, Coco. Get your feet wet, man.
With 3 minutes into the action, 3 minutes gone. Look out, pile driver by Dream Machine.
What pile driver?
He hit him with a pile driver right there. Robert Reed.
I didn't see a pile driver.
Over to the corner.
The fist. Now look at the fist. Why don't you say something about the fist? Beautiful.
Art Cruz
Beautiful.
runs into the feet.
Look at that, baby.
Oh.
Dream's a one-man army today, isn't he? Look at him, boys. Look at that. Beautiful.
Dream Machine puts Art Cruz under the ropes. Clotheslines him coming off of there.
Woo!
Robert Reed still lying over in the corner after being a victim of the pile driver by Dream Machine. Here is Pork Chop.
Well, and where's Robert Reed? I guess going to the Jerry Lawler School of Wrestling doesn't help you out after all, does it?
Not when you get the pile driver. No doubt about it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Norvell Austin. Pork Chop Cash making the double team for a moment.
Hey, Coco, get your feet wet, man.
Dream Machine with Art Cruz. He puts the pile driver on him.
What pile driver?
What is he doing?
I didn't see the pile driver.
That's 2 of them. Robert Reed and now Art Cruz.
Wrestling. If you ain't tough, then get out of it, man.
And only Stagger Lee has escaped.
Look, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, baby. Look at him.
The Bruise Brothers.
Come on,
both
stay
of
on
them
him,
working
baby.
on Stagger Lee.
Stay on him. Bust him. There you go. Beautiful.
Art Cruz battling Norvell Austin over in the corner.
Come on, maybe I ought to get my feet wet on Coco, huh?
Stagger Lee, look out. Dream Machine has him down on the floor, runs him into the turnbuckle. Referee calls for the bell to be rung, and he has disqualified the team of the Bruise Brothers and Norvell Austin with Jimmy Hart. I'm not sure why the disqualification occurred, what the referee's ruling was. Yeah, it's over. Disqualification. Oh, look out. Holding metal chair across the top of the head. Stagger Lee rolled back in the ring, and the Bruise Brothers grabbing him.
Will you get those guys out of here, Jimmy?
Hey, baby, you want actual excitement?
Just get them out of here. That's terrible. Double teaming.
Stagger Lee got the mask ripped. They got a cut on his forehead. Dream Machine climbing the rope. That's ridiculous. Dream Machine put the pile driver on both Robert Reed and Art Cruz. Cruz trying to struggle back into the ring. Meanwhile, three of them, as Jimmy Hart watches, three of them are working on Stagger Lee.
Boy,
Jimmy Hart never forgets, baby. Nobody leaves the family without payback time somewhere down the line, Daddy.
Busted open and bleeding is Stagger Lee. They ripped that mask. And Jimmy Hart's trying to get Norvell Austin to get three of them on Stagger. He's out there all by himself as his partners bombed down at the end. Norvell went in there, looked like Dave, to try to get him to say, hey, that's enough. And now Dream Machine is beating on him with the belt, and Dream pushed Norvell down. Now Chops is over there, and Norvell's trying to say, hey, enough's enough. And not for the Bruise Brothers.
They shove him back again.
Once again, Norvell goes flying down as he can't get him separated out of it. And this time, Dream just hauls off and nails him. Norvell pounded on the Bruise Brother. He took all he was going to take from those clowns. That's a little more like it, isn't it, Jimmy? Instead of having 3-on-1, 2-on-2, Dream fired in. Norvell backdrop. Dream right in the middle of the ring. Stagger Lee getting a unexpected assist from Norvell Austin, Dave. I don't really think Norvell had any intention of so much helping Stagger out, but he was trying to get the Bruise Brothers to say, hey, that's enough. You've already busted a guy open, beat on him, torn his mask and everything else. Let's just leave him alone. And then the Dream got pushy and threw Norvell down 2 or 3 times and finally hit him. And that was all Norvell was going to take, partner.
That did it right there. As Norvell now helping Stagger Lee out of the ring. 4 minutes, 40 seconds was time on the match. The winners are going to be Robert Reed, Art Cruz, and Stagger Lee by disqualification.
4 minutes, 40 seconds, disqualification, and Art and Norvell Austin helping Stagger out of there. Whale of a match going. Ended up in a disqualification, and Stagger Lee gets jumped by everybody and gets an assist unexpectedly from Norvell Austin, who kind of got involved like he didn't expect to get involved. Timeout, and we're going to be back. We've got plenty of action. Remember, we've got the King and the Dutchman teaming up in a tag match, and we'll be to that before long.
Whoa, let me tell you, Wednesday night, we got a lot of sensational matches, but it's capped off by a 6-man explosive match where falls count anywhere. Listen to this. Macho Man Randy Savage, Canadian Joe LeDuc, and Jimmy Hart against Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantel, and Austin Idol. Jerry, this is one that I really want to see in Evansville.
Well, this is one that I'm really looking forward to being involved in because, you see, I've been hearing what's been happening up in Evansville, Indiana. I haven't been there the past few weeks, but, brother, I'm coming back because I don't want to miss out on action like this, you see, because I love explosive tag matches. That's where you can go anywhere in the building.
Anywhere.
That's where you can fight out in the parking lot. It doesn't matter. And with partners like this man right here and this man right here, brother, that's all I need to say. It's going to be some hot and heavy action. Joe LeDuc, you're mighty proud of those scars on your head. Well, I am too, brother, because I put about 90% of them there, and I plan on adding to it come Wednesday night. And Jimmy Hart, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for a long time to get your little skinny rear end in that ring.
Touchman.
Okay, Hart, you can run, but you can't hide. Now, Savage and LeDuc, you took the battle to us last week, and you had to have Hart. Just couldn't stay on the outside. He just had to get in there. Well, Hart, you're going to be in there this week, baby. You're going to be inside that square circle, and you can run because we can chase you everywhere. We can go out on the street, go anywhere we want to go. And you can't outrun me, Hart. You show up because we're going to be waiting on you guys.
With falls counting anywhere, Austin.
That's right. It don't make no difference if you pin a man in the ring, if you pin him out on the floor, if you pin him upstairs, if you pin him out on the street. It don't make no difference, and it don't make no difference to me. Dutch Mantell or Jerry Law either. You know, these three jerks, the big, the dumb, and the ugly, they say, we're going to go down in history in Evansville, Indiana. They said, after Wednesday night, you're going to be able to find our names in the book of Who's Who. Well, Don, after Wednesday night, we're going to find your names in the book, all right, but it ain't going to be no Who's Who, Jack. It's going to be Who's Through, because explosive, oh, yeah, it's going to be 4th of July early, Don. The fireworks are going to light up, and I'm going to do a little lighting up myself. Wednesday night, I'm going to get my teeth into something.
All right. Coming into the area right now, the big guys, the Zambui Express, in this match. Going to be a one-fall, 10-minute time limit. Pat Hutchinson, Jesse Owens over on the other side of the ring, and the Zambui Express grabbing him. Referee says go ahead and ring the bell. Mr. Elijah Akeem, Mr. Kareem Muhammad, the Zambui Express. Boy, they jumped him in the corner back over there. We didn't even get time to introduce him.
Jesse Owens being fired down on the mat by Mr. Elijah Akeem. And they are large.
Boy, they had 660 pounds, their total weight. Hutchinson and Owens will weigh in at, probably 410, 408, something like that.
Kareem Muhammad stomping away on Jesse Owens. Pounds him with a big forearm. There's a tag. Elijah Akeem puts him down. And if he nails this will be it right here, I believe. Wow. Well, it could have been, but he didn't even try to get a pin. He tags back out to Kareem Muhammad. Muhammad with a right hand pounds him down to the mat. In the air. And Jesse bounces hard. Double head spear. Count of 1, 2, 3.
Minute 28 seconds.
Yeah, I was going to say not too much time. 1:28, and the vast underdog ended up getting beat just that way in a minute 28. Pat and Jesse just nowhere near in the caliber of the team of Mr. Elijah Akeem and Kareem Muhammad. They won it in 1:28. I tell you, let's not take a break right here. What I'd like to do is see if we can get in. We still got some minutes. I'd like to see if we could get in part of a fall on another match. So let's see if we can get Lawler and Mantell in here, and we'll just go ahead and fill the time up. Yeah, team coming in now, Dave. I don't know a thing in the world about them.
They're the Streetwalkers. They're out of Black Oak, Arkansas. Steps through the rope. I guess we're ready for an expiration of time match here from Black Oak, Arkansas at 418 pounds total weight, the Streetwalkers, and going against them at a total of 463 from Oilcroft, Texas, Dutch Mantell, and from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. This will be to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Kareem Muhammad was giving him some lip. I don't know. He's talking something about Lawler, about saying they want them or something like that. I don't know exactly what he was saying. So these are the streetwalkers, number 1 and 2, I assume, and we're ready. A couple of minutes. Bell time, here we go. Dutch Mantell starting out. And the Dutch starting out, I'm sorry that we really don't have any more information on the streetwalkers, but we will have more on them by the time this one is over with, and they'll have more on the real world of getting tough when they're in there with Lawler and Mantell. You can bet on it. The King drops with that right hand. Wow.
They may know a lot more about Lawler and Mantell than they want to know when this is over.
Yes. There's the tag, and the smaller of the two streetwalkers. Rolling in. Into standing side headlock. Tag on the Dutchman.
You hear that one across the county.
We've got about 30 seconds of our expiration of time to go. 30 seconds, and Dutch Mantell. There's a tag on the King, and double elbow. Our time running out. Lawler and Mantell totally dominating. As Lawler flies with that big right hand, gets a 1, 2, 3.
Minute 31, the time.
Boy, there was a total of under 3 minutes in 2 matches right there. Lawler and Mantell dominant. And we're going to check our time and see what we've got left. Right now, let's take time out, and we'll be back in just a moment.
No, go with the grain, Billy. Go with the grain. There you go. How's that, huh?
Thanks, Dad, but I can do it myself.
Sure you can, son, but even an old pro can use a few pointers.
Wow. Now I've got it.
That's my boy. Sometimes he thinks he's got all the answers, so I've got to try and show him the right way to get things done. 'Cause one day he won't want his dad hanging around telling him what to do or how to put his life together. That's why I've started planning for his future with Globe's Young American Plan. It's the right kind of insurance for young people. I called Globe's toll-free number for all the details. Now he has a $10,000 policy for just $40 a year. I think it's the best investment decision I ever made. After all, if his parents don't think ahead for him, who will? When he turns 26, he can continue the coverage at a higher rate. Then he can either borrow against the cash value of the policy or even exchange it for the cash value. This Globe policy protects his ability to get insurance. As long as the premiums are paid on time, the policy can't be canceled. $1 insures your child for the first 6 months with this offer. That's $1 for $10,000 coverage. How's it going, Dad? This is my oldest boy. I gave him a Young American Plan, too. They grow up so fast. Before you know it, they'll both be starting their own lives. And the Young American Plan gives them a great beginning.
Looks like Skip's taking over your supervising.
Yeah, and my chair, too. Well, I'm going to move into the doghouse.
Invest in your child's future. Call 1-800-845-6000 toll-free. That's 1-800-845-6000. You'll receive complete information and applications by return mail for Globe's $10,000 Young American Plan. Don't put it off. Call 1-800-845-6000 now. That's 1-800-845-6000.
Okay, Dave, we did have a little time left in terms of the action on it. I had my time drawn on the clock. And so we've got more action coming up, and here we go. The King and the Dutchman going against the Streetwalkers.
Our first look at the Streetwalkers here. They're out of Black Oak, Arkansas. We don't know too much about them except that fact right there and their total weight, which is 418 pounds, and the fact that they are one fall down to this most formidable team of the King, Jerry Lawler, in there now, and his partner just taking the tag, Dutch Mantell. There's the Dutchman. Does hello to the Streetwalker. wraps up that left arm a little bit, putting the heat on it. Streetwalker backs to the rope, trying to use the rope to break out of it. He does, but then takes a mean shoulder butt from Dutch Mantell coming off of there. Dutchman puts a little monkey flip on him. Tag made, and the King coming in. Waller unleashes the fury, and the Streetwalker down on the mat. Waller puts a flip on him. Drops down, knee across the jawbone. Second of the crowd today, how about the fist? They said, sure, King, go ahead. Rapid fire right fist that the King uses. Tag made. Dutch Mantell will be coming back in. Mantell and Lawler have had no trouble so far with his team. The first fall went about a minute and a half. Mantell and Lawler getting the victory. Whoop, back in the corner. The other Streetwalker from outside grabbing Dutch Mantell by the hair. It looked like Dutch could take it out on him. He's got the right fist. Crowd says, hit him. He does.
We got about 3 minutes to go, Dave, in terms of our expiration of time, and I know I'm right this time.
Atomic knee drop by Mantell. He leaves the Streetwalker for Lawler after the tag made. Lawler picking him up straight in the air. Suplexes in, drops him back, and then reverse.
I think the Streetwalkers wish it had been right the first time.
Yeah, I think they're wishing time had been gone a long time ago.
Oh, boy.
They have made a tag. This is the bigger of the two, or the bigger as far as weight is concerned, in against Dutch Mantell.
The Dutchman tying up right away into a standing side headlock.
Dutchman showing the crowd the fist again. They say, yeah, the referee says no. Dutch heeded the word of the referee there. Dutchman picking him up in the air. Time winding down. Couple of minutes left.
Whoa! Did he ever?
1, 2, 3. He got it. Oh, he got him, and I think he could have held him there for a 25 count if he had needed to. Dutch Mantell gets the pin. Jerry Lawler, Dutch Mantell, 2 straight falls over this team of the Streetwalkers in here. Dutch and Lawler savoring the victory. That's 1 fall apiece for them, so they kind of evened out the day's work, I guess. And
2 straight falls on them, and there's not really going to be enough time for them to have any more of the action in there. The King comes out, the Dutchman's out. And we had ourselves an introduction of a brand new team in the Streetwalkers. And what a team for them to go against, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And Dutch Mantell and the King, Jerry Lawler. Well, Dutch and the King have not worked together as a tag team. They are both such pros. Bang, bang, no problem at all. Really something else.
They wrapped it up, yeah. Time on it again was 2 minutes, 55 seconds.
Okay, how about a full recap, Dave?
All right, and the opener today, Big Joe LeDuc back in here with his partner, King Konga, going against Jim Jameson and Ken Raper, and it was LeDuc and Konga winning it rather handily. Then Rock and Roll Express against Big Lou Winston and the Pink Panther. Rock and Roll Express get the win there just under 4 minutes. Rick Rude with his valet Angel and his manager Jimmy Hart defeating David Johnson in 1 minute 13 seconds in the only single match of the day. 6-man tag team action. Stagger Lee, Art Cruz, and Robert Reed winning over the Bruise Brothers, and Norvell Austin winning by disqualification. And after the disqualification occurred then, everybody jumped Stagger Lee. Norvell Austin finally decided, hey, that's enough of that. When he tried to call off the Bruise Brothers, they knocked him down a couple of times, finally ended up slugging him. And Norvell Austin came to the aid of Stagger Lee. But again, the winners, Stagger Lee, Art Cruz, and Robert Reed in 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Then Zambui Express stepped into the ring against Pat Hutchinson and Jesse Owens. It was obviously the Zambui Express as heavy favorites in the match. They had no trouble in taking the win in under a minute
heavy,
and a half.
that's what they are.
Yeah, 660 pounds of them, and they get the easy win. Then Lawler and Dutch Mantell against the Streetwalkers. It ended up 2 straight falls as Lawler and Dutch Mantell get the win in the match.
Okay, we're just about out of time, Dave. I really enjoyed the show today. We got some great talent around championship wrestling. We're hoping maybe that you're going to make it a point to bring in a friend. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.